invades my brain. Now I can't complain. I'm saying, what else is...
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Atlanta Hawks. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season. And one of the more versatile players in this league. Simmons gives you assists, rebounds, steals, and he continues to develop as a scorer.
6 to shoot. Isaac doesn't go for him. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Simmons with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Towns, no luck. And of course, Greg, Simmons gets the majority of his points from the foul line down.
And a one-man wrecking crew in transition. Excellent at driving the ball in the half court. And once he gets downhill, he is tough to stop.
Young with no one around. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Isaac with the steal. And here's Young. Has to Gobert. Back to Young. Gobert with it. Backed in, coming off the assist from Young.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
Towns, the screen. And really deep three that time.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Young. Beyond the arc. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Pass to George. At the top of the key, Towns. Good on the bucket.
Karl Anthony Towns can make face-up perimeter jump shots, no doubt. But when he's got this part of his game cooking, look out.
Here's Young. Over Simmons. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Collins, good.
Outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Here's Edwards. And that one comes up a bit short.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Here's Towns. Minnesota with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And that one's good. Hunter.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Pass to Garland. Outside Edwards. Now, here is Young. Just 5 on the clock. Will it go? Collins with some nice D.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Back to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Simmons. Takes it inside, and Simmons slams it in.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Over in the corner, Edwards. To the paint, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Wow, why lay it in when you can send an emphatic message message. Rudy Gobert on the dunk.
From deep, George. The rebound by the Timberwolves. The wide open look here for Garland. His three-pointers off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Simmons. Here's Towns. Outside for Simmons. Pass to Towns. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. There's Garland.
And really, Hunter can guard every position. This is something that makes him incredibly valuable.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And
all right, look who's coming over the board. Come on, get loud.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
And what passing we've seen from this group already, too. They could put up a big number in the assist column by the end of this one.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his player on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He is certainly playing at an elite level. EA, thank you. Master Gobert. It's hauled in by Zubac.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
When I think of Ivica's I think about solid big man who is still young and developing. It's really a matter of him gaining confidence at this
point. Timberwolves trail by 15. Chipped away. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain. Possession here. Goal for Zubac is to be a starter in the league.
You know, this guy has started games in the past. He's also played well off the bench. And listen, he's not going to be a guy who shoots with range, but given everything else you need from a center, he can deliver.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Young's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 15. Johnson left side. The kick out to Barton. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Zubac. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Pass to Looney. To end the run. It's deflected. Barton outside. Isaac with the steal. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Young for three.
love the fact that Ball can use his length to annoy shooters. Make sure whoever he's on doesn't get off a clean shot.
And that one's good from Connaughton. And down the road, Greg, which current player might make for the best coach?
Well, I'm always partial to the point guard. And if you're looking for leadership, man, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, those guys I think are destined to coach. I think LeBron would be a great one as well, but I have a sneaky suspicion he'd just rather own the team.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Young outside. Pass to Isaac. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. Isaac's got his first basket.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Hawks.
Back to Connaughton. Here's Zubac. Reverses. And it's Looney with the rebound.
2 minutes remaining.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Tries again. The shot by Looney, no good.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
It's Barton on the wing. Here he goes. And Barton throws it down.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's Looney. The layup off target.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Johnson outside. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. They lead by 20.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Looney with the bucket.
Well, just quick with the decision-making, smart pass by Darius Garland.
And Connaughton has it in the corner. Here's Zubac, and it goes down 2 points. Zubac has got 6 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Garland at the elbow. Inside, Isaac. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist.
Now you can see why people are so excited about Jonathan Isaac showing off that scoring ability on the interior.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here.
Timberwolves substitution.
Here's Simmons. Hunter on the wing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Just 5 to shoot. Back to George. Knocks down the 3-ball. George has got his second bucket tonight.
I always feel like when Paul George rises and fires from 3, he believes it's going down. Great.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And Doris, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set was there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer.
Towns with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Hawks. Young outside. Going inside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns.
You know, when talking about the pressure Young puts on a defense, I'm not sure the word relentless is strong enough.
In his first game after starting in the 2020 All-Star Game, Trae Young had an incredible night, dropping 50 points against the Miami Heat.
And Young became the 4th youngest NBA player to get to 50. Only Devin Booker, LeBron, and Brandon Jennings got to 50 in a game at a younger age. Perhaps the most impressive part of Trae's performance, he did it against Coach Eric Spoelstra's Miami Heat, one of the top defensive teams in the league.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. High post Young. To the middle. Here's Isaac. Slams home and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Collins.
This is a very confident young guy. Jonathan Isaac feels like he belongs in the NBA. Welcomes the contact in that instance.
Down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Towns not known for his rim protection, but he's improved in that area recently, challenging and changing more shots.
And Towns drops them both. And with Towns, Greg, you knew he had the potential for rim defense, and it became a focus for him.
Yeah, and a lot of defense is putting in the effort. Credit Towns for improving in that area, and we'll see if he can take another step defensively. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Back to Edwards. Pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Simmons somehow misses the two-handed jam. Garland with it. Young for 3. No good. Shot missing.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game. He's making it worse with shot selection like that.
It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Joe Ingles.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Now, here is Young. Outside Garland. Five on the clock. To the inside. Young from outside. Pass to Ingles. Outside Garland. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Isaac misses. Here's Atlanta. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Pass to Gobert. And stolen by Hunter. Hawks passing it around. Towns for 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Towns has got 15 points.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
And here is Isaac. And it's Young at the elbow. High post, Gobert. Plenty of space. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Boy, rock solid from Rudy Gobert, just ready on the catch, and he puts it in the basket.
Pass to Collins. The kick out to Towns. It's stolen by Gobert. Lets it go with a 3. And it's John Collins with the rebound. And Collins has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. The drive by Simmons. Banked in off the glass. He has 5.
Well, Paul George is such a solid all-around player. This guy can score at an elite level, and he passes it well, too.
Here's Isaac. Atlanta with the rebound. Pass to Hunter. Three-pointer. Gobert pulls it in. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now Ingles from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. The second chance effort. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's a case where Rudy Gobert is outworking the defense, keeping the play alive, and finishing strong.
Collins, good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And at the end of the third, and we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Atlanta now. Here's Ball. Yep, that one goes. Ball's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Hawks.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Matthews. Gobert with it. Zubac defending. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two.
That's his first personal foul.
And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league. But who was the toughest matchup for you when you played?
Oh, man. You know, John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better, and that was always a challenge. And don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Johnson. Zubac, that's good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Over in the corner, Matthews. Pass to Gobert. The kick out to Matthews. Now, here's Ingles. 5 to shoot. Back to Matthews. And the rejection by Zubac.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
First team foul.
Here's the Hawks with the ball. The drive-by ball. And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso.
That's his first personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game.
Timberwolves substitution.
Here's Connaughton. Pass the ball. Zubac with it. The kick out to Barton. Shoots. Again, the Hawks score.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Looney. Takes it off the glass.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The kick out to Barton. Ball, the bounce pass. Here's Zubac. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to Looney. Here's Caruso. They set the pick. Matthews goes in. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Back to Ball. Now Zubac. And the foul called on Kevon Looney. That is his first foul of the game.
Team third.
We've heard the calls for more diversity among head coaches, Greg. With the turnover this offseason came a lot of opportunity.
And Kevin, that's really what it's all about, right? The league's values of diversity and inclusion have been really pushed to the forefront. And I think that's one reason why our game is so popular globally, because it is so inclusive. And how chaotic was this offseason for Simmons? I mean, the trade rumors swirling, stepping back from Team Australia, ultimately traded. And you talk about someone just dying for a fresh start.
Towns up top. George with no one around. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Isaac. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hawks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Down low, it's tipped. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Isaac touched it last.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
To halt the run. And he sinks the layup. Now Simmons. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is